Alright homies, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is something I've honestly been wanting to sit down and record for weeks. Because instead of doing a usual challenge or difficulty ranking or a story breakdown, wanted to do something way more personal. These are my top 10 Pokemon Rom-Hacks of all time. Not just the popular ones, not just the ones everyone agrees on, but the ones I genuinely connected with. The ones that made me stay up late at night, grinding. The ones that hit me with emotional moments I didn't see coming. The ones that pulled me straight into their world and didn't let go. And if you've played Rom-Hacks for years, you know exactly how hard it is to pick favorites, because each hack brings something unique to the table. So this list isn't just about difficulty or graphics, it's about experience. Let's get into it, starting with number 10. Starting off the list at number 10, we've got Inclement Emeralds. And honestly bro, this is one of those ROM hacks that makes you go, damn, why didn't Game Freak ever do this themselves? It keeps everything you love about classic Emerald. The vibe, the roots, the pacing, but updates literally every piece of gameplay, so it actually feels good to play in 2025. Right from the start, you notice how clean everything feels. Movement is faster, the battles are way more responsive, and early trainers aren't just throwing out random moves like Tackle plus Sand Attack. Everyone actually has proper sets, proper abilities, and the AI genuinely tries to beat you instead of standing there like a punching bag. The best part though, the boss battles gym leaders here aren't just updated, they're completely redesigned to match modern meta logic. Watson actually uses electric type synergy instead of spamming shockwave. Flannery sets up Sun properly. Norman feels like you're fighting a full competitive normal type squad. Every battle forces you to think a little without ever feeling toxic or unfair. Sliding into number 9, we've got Pokemon Soars. And bro, this one surprised me way more than I expected. At first glance, you think it's just another fan-made region, but once you start playing, the story hits you with a vibe that's actually way more dramatic and emotional than most official Pokemon games. You play in the Hoopest region, where Shadow Pokemon aren't just a side mechanic, they're tied into the whole conflict of the world. Everything feels connected, the characters, the lore, the villains, even the mystery behind your own powers. And instead of throwing random cutscenes at you, the writing builds slowly, like a proper anime arc. What I enjoy most about Source is that it doesn't try to be dark for no reason. It's emotional in the right places. The pacing is super clean, no huge empty routes, no filler gyms. Just solid storytelling from the beginning. The boss battles aren't insane like Radical Red level, but they're not baby mode either. It's that sweet spot where you're engaged but not stressed. And bro, let's talk about the visuals. Custom sprites, custom battle effects, unique tones for each area. You can tell the dev put actual passion into everything. You also get a full dex of custom source forms, new moves, a really polished soundtrack, and side quests that actually feel worth doing. Overall, Source is one of those ROM hacks that reminds you why the fan community goes so hard. because sometimes fans write better stories than the official games. Coming in at number 8, we've got Adventure Red Chapter, the Rom-Hack that basically said, what if Pokemon had real anime energy? This isn't just a Fire Red rewrite, this is a full adaptation of the Pokemon Adventures manga. And if you've never read the manga, just trust me bro, this story is wild compared to the games and anime. You aren't just some silent protagonist collecting badges, you're actually Red, and every chapter follows real manga events. Gym leaders aren't random people. They have backstories, motives, rivalries, and moments where they actually matter to the plot. The villains don't just stand around giving speeches, they're active, dangerous, and sometimes straight up intimidating. Adventure Red Chapter adds new characters, new regions to explore, multiple story arcs, animated cutscenes, actual character development, and emotional twists that hit harder because you feel like you're growing with Red. The game constantly evolves new outfits, transformations, partner mechanics, and scenes where the pacing suddenly shifts from hype battles to serious emotional beats. Graphically, the hack is loaded with custom sprites, unique tile sets, and music that changes depending on the chapter. And one thing I love, the world feels alive. NPCs talk about events happening around you, side quests connect to the main story, and everything feels like you're in a real Pokemon universe, not just a map with gyms placed on it. Number 7 is the most chaotic entry on this whole list, Pokemon Clover. Now listen bro, Clover is not everyone's cup of tea. It's offensive, loud, self-aware, and full of humor that either makes you laugh out loud or shake your head. But the crazy part is, beneath the memes and jokes, Clover is actually one of the most polished ROM hacks ever made. You get a completely original region, 350 plus custom Pokemon that are fully animated, a deep storyline with actual stakes, and surprisingly strong writing once you get past the meme shell. The level of detail the devs put into scripting, side quests, dungeon puzzles, and post-game content is insane. The game is huge, like genuinely bigger than most GBA hacks, with late-game routes that actually feel like you're exploring an entirely new country. The battles are where Clover really shines though. Every important fight is designed with competitive mechanics in mind. Real abilities, synergy-based teams, synergy-based movesets, items that matter, and AI that doesn't throw the match. Even the humor blends into the gameplay. Bosses make fun of you mid-fight, items have joke descriptions, and the whole world feels like a parody RPG that accidentally became a masterpiece. And yeah bro, it's edgy. But if you like meta humor and full-throttle creativity, Clover hits in a way no other hack does. Sliding into number 6 is the comfort game of the whole community, Flora Sky. This is one of those ROM hacks that doesn't shout for attention or try to reinvent Pokemon. Instead, it gives you the most polished, cozy, nostalgia-heavy adventure possible. Flora Sky takes classic Emerald energy and upgrades it with clean new routes, new towns, new legendaries, and one of the smoothest journeys you will ever play on the GBA. The pacing is perfect. You're never stuck too long, never overwhelmed, never confused. It gives you optional side quests, optional legendary hunts, and a mix of Gen 4 and Gen 5 Pokemon that blend in effortlessly with the world. Every route feels handcrafted. The music choices fit the tone perfectly, and the sprite work makes the whole map feel brighter and softer compared to normal Emerald. Story-wise, Flora Sky stays simple but effective. The mystery behind the dimensional rifts and the battles with Team Magma and Aqua have more weight here than the originals. It's not trying to be dark or edgy, it just wants to give you that classic adventure with heart feeling, and it does it beautifully. Plus, the post-game is stacked. Battle events, new areas, legendary arcs, everything feels like a calm, complete, wholesome Pokemon experience that's perfect for anyone who wants story plus exploration without the sweaty difficulty. Number 5 is the fan favorite that basically defined Rom-Hacks for an entire generation, Light Platinum. Back in the early days, this was the peak hack. 2 full regions, Pokemon, 2 full regions, custom characters, custom champions, and a Hall of Fame rival battle that genuinely feels like a final anime climax. Even today, Light Platinum holds up extremely well because of how much content it gives you without ever dragging. You start in the Zeri region, super bright, super colorful, and then boom, you travel to Lauren for a whole second wave of badges. The world feels big, connected, and constantly moving. NPCs talk about tournaments, rivals jump in at the right moments, and the legendary storyline mixes in just enough mystery to keep things engaging. Light Platinum isn't overly difficult. It's more about the journey than the sweat. But the variety of Pokemon, the unique gyms, the map design, and the story pacing make it feel like an alternate universe official game. And bro, that soundtrack? That thing carries nostalgia for the entire fan base. For a hack made so long ago, it still feels shockingly complete, and honestly, it laid the foundation for almost every modern ROM hack that came after it. Number 4 is something spicy, Team Rocket Edition, Dragon's Den. This is one of the most creative villain perspective hacks ever made, and it shows how fun Pokemon can be when you're not forced to be the good guy. You start as a rookie member of Team Rocket, and instead of collecting badges, you're completing missions that actually feel illegal. Stealing Pokemon, sabotaging rival gangs, sneaking into labs, all while climbing the ranks. The writing is bold but not edgy for no reason. It gives you real motives, real conflicts, and a progression system where your reputation inside the organization changes depending on what you do. And bro, the boss fights hit different when you're fighting for the wrong side. Giovanni isn't just a mean boss here, he's actually intimidating, strategic, and constantly pushing you to evolve. The Dragon's Den twist makes the later game feel even more epic. New characters, new encounters, new perspectives on the Johto lore, it all comes together like a crime-themed anime arc. It's not grinding heavy, not rage-inducing, just a super fun, refreshing take on the Pokemon world where your decisions feel impactful.
Careful with your pretty eyes and run with me, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you and I are a secret. Feel my drift against your skin. 'Cause honestly, let's hold our breath. This is so real. Just you and me with the skate girl tonight.
Number 3 is the glow-up version of a classic blazed glazed. This takes the original glazed, trims the bloat, fixes the weird balancing, and redesigns a ton of battles to actually feel fair and strategic. And because the story in Glazed was already wild with portals, different worlds, legendary chaos, Blazed makes all of that smoother and way more coherent. You get 3 regions, multiple rival arcs, and a storyline that jumps between dimensions without ever losing track of what's happening. The villains have personality, the gym leaders feel stronger, and your starter trio is generally unique compared to other hacks. Based Glazed also gives you a giant roster of Pokemon from multiple generations, boosted movesets, new areas, and events that make the world feel extremely alive. The difficulty is that perfect middle ground, not too sweaty, not too chill, just enough to keep your brain awake during every major fight. It's one of those hacks where you can tell the devs listened to player feedback over the years and fine-tuned everything into something genuinely fun. Number 2 is the king of difficulty, Radical Red. If you want a ROM hack that pushes you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, this is it. Radical Red turns Fire Red into a modern competitive battlefield. Every trainer is dangerous. Every boss has weather setups, terrain strategies, Singery moves, and real tournament-level lineups. There's no lazy AI here. Everyone plays like they read Smogon religiously. But what makes Radical Red special isn't just the difficulty, it's the customization. Instant EV training, perfect EVs, hundreds of abilities, Gen 1, 9 Pokemon, Mega Evolutions, custom events, and a scaling system that keeps the game challenging no matter how you play. The quality of life features are crazy good too. Move reminders, ability pills, nature changes, and training tools that make competitive team building feel smooth instead of painful. Every gym feels like a boss raid, every rival fight feels planned, and the game constantly pushes you to adapt and improve. Radical Red isn't for everyone, but if you enjoy high-level Pokemon, it's one of the most rewarding ROM hacks ever made. And finally, at number 1, the masterpiece itself, Pokemon Unbound. Unbound is the closest thing to an official Pokemon game that isn't official. The Boreas region feels massive, alive, and full of history. Every route, every city, every mission is handcrafted to feel meaningful. The story is genuinely one of the best in any fan project. Darkness, ancient wars, legends awakening, all tied into a mystery that keeps escalating until the final act hits like an anime finale. Characters have personalities, moral conflicts, and motivations that feel real. Your choices matter. The world reacts to what you do, and the pacing is top tier, always moving forward, never dragging. Gameplay-wise, Unbound gives you everything: difficulty settings, modern Pokemon, insane boss fights, puzzles, side quests, custom dungeons, a stacked post-game, and some of the best soundtrack remixes ever put in a Rom-Hack. Unbound is the complete package: story, gameplay, music, emotion, all blended together like a fan-made love letter to the entire Pokemon franchise. And that wraps up my personal top 10 Pokemon Rom-Hacks, the ones that left an impact on me, the ones that shaped my love for fan-made Pokemon games, and the ones I believe every fan should experience at least once. I know everyone's list is different, and that's the beauty of Rom-Hacks. Each player finds something special in a different game. So now it's your turn. What are your top Rom-Hacks of all time? Drop your list in the comments. I'd love to read them, and maybe even make a future video based on your picks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves Pokemon Rom-Hacks as much as we do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.